Ever wondered how the words we use shape our world? How they can subtly manipulate our thoughts, ideologies, and perceptions of power? This, dear listeners, is the intriguing world of discourse analysis. Consider the case of political rhetoric. It's a perfect example of how language, ideology, and power are intertwined. Take, for instance, the famous Cold War speeches. The leaders on both sides used carefully chosen words to inspire their nations, to instill fear, to create a sense of us versus them. They painted their ideologies using language as their brush, and wielded power with every stroke. The language used was strategic, filled with metaphors and symbols, painting vivid images of the enemy. The ideology was clear. Each side projected themselves as the guardians of freedom and justice, the other as the perpetrators of oppression and tyranny. This narrative, carefully constructed through language, was used to justify actions, to rally support, to consolidate power. Language in this context was not just a tool for communication. It was a weapon, a means to control, to influence, to assert power. It was used to shape ideologies, to define identities, to create divisions. The power of language in these speeches was not in the words themselves, but in the meanings they conveyed, the emotions they evoked, the ideologies they propagated. Now think about the power dynamics. The leaders, with their eloquent speeches, held the power to shape public opinion. They could influence the masses, sway them towards their ideologies, make them believe in their cause. The power was not just in the authority they held, but in the language they used, the ideologies they propagated. But here's an interesting twist. While the leaders had the power to shape ideologies, the ideologies also shaped them. They were products of their time, their ideologies a reflection of the societal norms, values, and beliefs. The language they used, the rhetoric they employed, was a reflection of these ideologies. It was a two-way street, a constant interplay between language, ideology, and power. So what have we learned? That language is not just a tool for communication. It can shape ideologies, influence perceptions of power. It can divide or unite, instill fear, or inspire hope. It's a powerful weapon, wielded by those in power to control, to influence, to assert their dominance. An ideology is not just a set of beliefs. It's a lens through which we view the world, shaped by the language we use, the narratives we consume. It can bind us, divide us, define our identities. Power, then, is not just about authority. It's about influence, control. It's about the ability to shape ideologies, to control narratives, to wield language as a weapon. In the world of discourse analysis, language, ideology, and power are inextricably linked. They shape and are shaped by each other in a constant dance of influence and control. It's a fascinating world, one that reveals the power of words, the influence of ideologies, the control of power. So next time you listen to a speech, read a news article, or engage in a debate, remember the power of language, the influence of ideology, the control of power. Remember that words are not just words. They are tools of influence, weapons of control, shapers of ideologies. And remember, you too have the power to shape ideologies, to influence perceptions, to wield language as a weapon. Use it wisely.